How to make bak bao fan. In Shanghainese dialect, it's babove. This is a dessert made of sweet rice and red bean paste filling. First, we have to cook the sweet rice. Once the steamer is boiling, lower the heat and line the steamer with a damp steaming cloth. Make sure this cloth is wet so it doesn't stick to the steamer and burn. Then put the sweet rice into the steamer. Before using the sweet rice, soak it in water overnight so that it cooks faster and more evenly. If you don't soak the rice overnight, it will take a long time to cook. Here I have about 7 to 8 cups of sweet rice. Level out the rice and use your hands to dig some hole in the rice to allow the steam to travel through and cook it thoroughly. Then close the lid and turn up the flame to a high heat. This amount of rice will take about 30 minutes in the steamer, but the amount of time it takes to cook will depend on how long you soak the rice in water. The longer it soaks, the more water it absorbs and the faster it cooks. You can open the lid and check on the rice periodically to make sure it doesn't overcook and become mushy. Once the sweet rice is done, transfer it into a bowl. Now we have to flavor the rice by adding sugar and butter to it. First, loosen up the sweet rice with a spoon. Then we're going to add the butter first and then the sugar. For every 100 grams of rice, add 6 to 7 grams of butter and 3 to 4 grams of sugar. Mix the rice when it's still hot so that the butter will melt easily. Make sure all the butter has melted properly before adding the sugar. These are the toppings that I will use, but you can use whatever dried fruits or nuts that you want to use as a topping. These are dried goji berries. These are walnuts that I've roasted and cut in half. These are dried dates that I've removed the pits from and cut into 6 pieces. And these are roasted pine nuts. To assemble the babove, first line a bowl with plastic wrap. Then start adding the toppings. For a bowl of this size, I put 6 pieces of dried dates and 6 pieces of walnuts. You can rub the toppings in some butter to make sure they stick to the plastic wrap. Then add the goji berries. I put them randomly around the bowl. Add the pine nuts in the same way. Put on some gloves so that the sweet rice doesn't stick to your hands, and grab a handful of rice. Flatten it out into a disc to put over the toppings. Place the rice and press it down gently. If there are places where you spread the rice too thin, you can patch it up with some more rice. Add the red bean paste filling. You can add as much as you like. Then cover up the filling with another layer of sweet rice. Then wrap up the dessert and flip it out of the bowl. You can keep this dessert in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks. When you want to eat it, put it in a steamer for a minimum of 8 minutes on high heat, but after that you can keep it warm in the steamer on low heat for as long as you want. Once you flip the papalve out of the bowl, mold it gently with your hands. Then you're done. Thank you for watching.